All right, hola. So I'm gonna do this video to talk about a little bit about my postpartum experience and how you all can also have a pleasurable and luxury postpartum experience. Now, please excuse the spit on my shirt that came from my daughter. I had to get her out of the bed. So my daughter is now 4 months old. She is my third child. And when you know better, you do better. I'll say that to preface the video. And what I pretty much learned is, well, most people know this, but people tend to forget about postpartum health. Like, you just think about, like, oh, pregnancy, prenatal care, blah, blah, blah. But after you have the baby, there are certain things you need to do to, hey, Lashika, to definitely have a positive experience. And what I, personally felt was a luxury experience especially when you compare to how most people go about childbirth and postpartum in the United States. They don't really, it's like you just go home. Like, you just go home and, like, it's so you to, like, keep the baby alive. They don't really take into consideration a woman's health. And it has been proven and shown that a traumatic birth experience, a traumatic postpartum healing experience can actually affect a woman for the rest of her life. Because you're dealing with someone's hormones. Your hormones are your body's messengers. So when those are off, when things are wrong, when you're not getting the care that you need to actually physically heal from your birth, it's literally life changing, and it can be life altering, and it can end your life if you don't properly take care of yourself. So I think it's important to take the best care of yourself possible. And this time, again, this is was my third birth. I really tried to do much more for myself than I did in the past. The first time, I kind of had my mom, like, standing over me, like, don't do anything, eat, go to sleep, which was perfectly good advice. But I wasn't in a place to do all of the things that I did for myself this time. And then with my second birth, had an excellent birth. But I did not have certain things in place or even know about certain things that I know now to have the best experience possible for myself. And I talk about this because I will be presenting some information soon where I will have a platform in which I will be primarily working with families and organizations in Georgia, but my platform for the work that I will be doing is maternal and child health, which is ultimately my background. So I want to really talk about this because if anybody knows, it's me. I've been talking about this for what? I graduated from college 9 years ago with a degree in women's health. So I've been talking about and hearing about the Black maternal health crisis and the United States maternal and infant health crisis for almost 10 years now. And so, yeah, I'll be out of college 10 years next year. So it hasn't gotten much better. A lot of celebrities have started to talk about Black maternal health specifically. So that has really started the conversation, and I want to keep the conversation going. But I also want to drop, a class and some information on women that is very uplifting. You're not supposed to, I don't think you should just feel healed after you have a baby. You should feel amazing because you gave life. But most women don't feel that way. They aren't getting all that they need. So I'm going to talk about that really quickly and about the class that I will be giving so that I can, those who sign up for the class, I will give them the full layout of what I did. But I'm going to go over the outline of what I did. Oh, sis, that's definitely hard. Yes. She said that she was alone. She had a traumatic pregnancy and she was alone even during delivery. Oh, don't cry, girl. I know my second birth experience and the stuff that I went through with my midwife was horrible. And actually, number one on my I have a list written here on some ancestor money, okay, of what I was going to talk about. And one of the first things that I want to talk about is you need to make sure you hire the right health professionals. So in the class, I'm going to go into more detail about the different type of health professionals that you can hire, and their different levels of education, and their different levels of what they have been trained on and haven't been trained on. That is so important. Woo! Even the word midwife. People don't know there's different types of midwives. Some have more training than others. Some have a specialized training that others do not have. It is very important. It is vital that you hire. Number one is you need to hire the right health professional for you and your situation. I will say there is some financial planning that goes along with these things that I'm telling you to do. I give thanks that I was able to acquire the funds to do all the things that I did. I will truly say that I did manifest the money, but it's easier to manifest when you're pregnant anyway. So, you have a little magic already going on there when you're pregnant anyway. I would definitely, anyone who was having trouble paying for some of these things, make sure you work your pregnancy mojo and manifest some of the money. But you want to make sure you hire the right health professional. You don't want to have somebody that's trifling at your birth. Been there. Been there. You don't want to have somebody that's trying to enforce their religious beliefs on you at your birth. Been there. You don't want to have somebody that might not be at your birth because they're not the doctor on staff that day. Okay? That didn't happen to me, but it almost did. So you want to make sure that you are going to birth in a way with a professional that is a good fit for you. There are so many people that are running around with a CNN behind their name, a CPN behind their name, nothing behind their name, DO, MD behind their name. That doesn't mean they're a good person. Please interview your health professionals. This trickles all the way down to the prenatal massage therapists. Like, interview these people, read up on these people, unless you just trust vibes, which I sometimes do, but I've interviewed all of the midwives that I have used, and some of them will say some stuff that you just like, nah, I don't want to do that, which I actually did hear during my second birth, but I chose her anyway because she was the only black one. And I'm here to tell you that just because somebody is a black does not mean they're going to be a good doctor or a midwife to you. That's number one. Number two, you want to know about the common health issues that you can have as a woman that just gave birth. There are certain things that can happen to your body. There are things that are supposed to happen to your body. There are certain things that can happen to your bodies. And some of those things that can happen as far as like health concerns, a lot of them are life and death. So you need to know the signs. The people that are around you need to know the signs. I'm a big proponent of a phone tree. So say you do go home alone with your baby. You don't have a partner. Your mom is not around. You don't have anybody. You need to have some friends on a phone tree that if somebody can't get a hold of you, somebody can come over your house. If somebody's bringing you food on Thursday, who has the shift on Friday? You want to set all of those different things up so that you're not completely isolated. Wish I would have done this with my second birth. Because I think I probably wouldn't have had postpartum, and somebody probably would have came and got me out of my house and got me out of a very toxic situation for me and my children. But I would not have, no one really saw what I was going through until the very end of what I was dealing with. And that's when people were kind of like, girl, what is going on up in here? But I wouldn't have, if I would have had support from the support that I needed from the beginning, that would have been seen sooner. Even if it's not like, even if it's your homegirl, they know when something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And they may call your mama, or they may call another person on your phone tree to be like, we need to go check on her. We need to go see about her. Girl, can you go get the baby for 2 hours? I'll get the baby for another 2. Like, what, if you have people around you, they can help you. I really didn't have anybody around, and that was not a good thing for me. Also, with the health professionals, back to number one, you want to make sure that you know what you are paying for. So, are you only going to see this person in 6 weeks? Are they going to come back in 2? Are they going to do belly binding on you? Are they going to do certain things for you? Also, you want to make sure that if you choose not to vaccinate, that your health professional is okay with that. You do not want a health professional calling CPS on you. And I will be 100% real. This is very common with black women. They love to call, oh, she's not vaccinating her baby. Oh, yeah, her husband got dreadlocks. I don't know. They might be Rastafarians. CPS, like, they do stuff like that. And you need to be careful by hiring a health professional. They don't have to look like you. They need to be on the same page as you. That is what's most important. So So you need to know what you're paying for, and if they're going to do anything extra. I highly advise, I think it's very important that they shouldn't just be seeing you one time after you give birth. Like, they shouldn't see you 6 weeks. I mean, anything can happen in 6 weeks. Like, what the hell? And also, do they do home visits? A lot of midwives do, but you want to make sure that your professional is going to do that for you if that's something that you feel like you need and that's crucial for you. For me, that was important to me. I'm happy I didn't have to go anywhere this time with my most recent birth. I didn't have to go anywhere. She came to me. She did everything for me. She also did some Eastern medicine, holistic treatments on me, things I had never even heard about that I feel like are why I was able to heal so much better than I did prior. Third, you want to make sure you have a healing team. So this team is going to be outside of your midwife. Now, she may be coming to do certain things for you, but especially, I mean, most of them don't. So if you want to start getting postpartum vaginal steams, you need to know who you're going to see. Or are they going to come over? Do I need to get her? Okay. If they're going to come over, or do you need to go to them, and who's going to drive you to those visits? Because you don't really want to be driving a lot within the first 6 to 8 weeks. You want massage therapy is really important. And if you do have if you say your birth didn't go so well, right, and you maybe have some things that it's going to take you some time to heal, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate professionals for that. So one of the things I talked about was having a physical therapist that is specialized in pelvic health therapist, a pelvic health therapist. You want to already maybe have looked up those people and see what they offer, so that you can get in touch with them immediately after, depending on how soon you need to start physical therapy on that part of your body. There's so many other things that you can even get lymphatic massage, there's Reiki, there's so many amazing treatments that you can get that are specifically for a woman who just gave birth. And I mean, mother warming, there's just so many different things you could do, that treatments that are for you that you could do. But it's important, and I'll go through all of those in the class, but it's very important for you to make sure that you start to build a team, and you have a list of people in your area that you can go to should you need their services, or maybe after you have the baby, you want to book your services 5 weeks out, so that you already have those things set up for you. Next are the luxury treatments. That's pretty much what I was talking about. Number 4, after number 3, I skipped to number 4. Your luxury treatments, you want to make sure that you know about these healing modalities. So I may talk about things that I did after I gave birth to my children. A lot of times I hear women be like, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could do a yoni steam after giving birth. I'm like, yeah, that's literally how you can make sure all the placenta is out and you don't die. But if you don't know about those things, you don't know about pieces of placenta being left in your womb and how that could be bad for your health, by kind of really relying on, I saw it come out, so that doesn't mean there aren't pieces still in there. So again, there's so many different treatments that you could have done for you, certain types of massages, certain types of baths even. And one of the most important things is sleep. So that's a part of your healing team, and you putting things in place for you. So you might need to hire a postpartum doula just so that you can get sleep if you do not have the support in order to do so. Like maybe your husband's at work and things like that. You want to make sure that you have that team set up so that you can get an adequate amount of sleep per day. That is going to affect your mental health. That is going to affect your milk supply. That is going to affect how fast you heal. So it's not like, let's just make sure I can get sleep and be a beauty queen. Like, your body literally needs to be restored. So it's vital for you to make sure you get as much rest. You're getting water. You may even, having a doula, like a postpartum doula, they may be somebody who stays on you about how much water you drink. That can be a major factor whether you're able to breastfeed long term or not. And you may not have known that you just weren't drinking enough water. I dropped my piece of paper. Hold on. that you weren't drinking enough water because you didn't have anybody maybe monitoring how you're doing. You can also get a postpartum pregnancy coach. There are people who literally would just call in to check in with you, make sure you're doing things. You can ask some questions like, hey, I see this in the toilet. I'm a little worried about this, girl. What is this? And they can help you. Even if they have to go out and outsource other professionals, it's something you don't have to do. And I feel like it's a luxurious thing for you to do for yourself. And it also takes stress off of your family. I mean, if they're like, I don't mind doing my light childcare and they'll watch your kids for 3 hours so you can sleep, I feel like that's a luxurious treatment. Because a lot of women in America are overworked, they're run down, they're exhausted, and they are depleted with each baby they have because they don't even get the opportunity to like heal from one pregnancy to another. They're just like on a go all the time. So there is that. And then fifth, you want to create your own fertility plan, your family plan. How do you want to go about this? To not get pregnant again, or do you want to get pregnant again? I think you should wait at least 2 to 3 years. That's me and my personal opinion. Some medical professionals would agree with me, but still, how do you plan on going about that? Do you plan on getting on birth control? Are you going to try to do natural family planning? Are you going to go get an IUD? You know, things like that you need to already plan and put in place so that you can take care of yourself. Now, also in the class, I'm going to talk about different herbs and things that you can take to help keep your milk supply going, to stop if you know you're bleeding, if you're bleeding too much, so that you have enough time to call a health professional, so that you can take care of yourself and not face some of the horrible side effects that certain women have dealt with. Things that you can do to keep herbs to keep your blood pressure down, all that will be included in the course. So it's probably going to take me about 2 weeks to get the course up online. But if you are interested, please definitely hit me up on glamalchemy.com. I'll make sure you get the link as soon as it drops. You can also go to glamalchemy.com and sign up for my newsletter. And I will make sure that when that class is completely finished, you can go sign up there. Now also, I have my vaginology course, which it'll be on the same website as the luxury postpartum course. And the vaginology course is literally 100% women's health. So if you are interested in guiding other women on women's health, learning about women's health topics and things in order to be a consultant on these subjects to other people, other entities, companies even, you can go to periodrescue.thinkific.com. And I have my vaginology course, my natural family planning course, and soon I will have the luxury postpartum course up there. And August 12th, we will be having a business credit webinar where I will pretty much be dropping game on business credit, how to get your own business, how to get your own business credit and use it for things that you want. This is some information that I was taught about a year ago, and I felt like it would help other people to just help further ourselves and further one another, because when you can help yourself, you can help others, and that can continuously move forward. So yes, the luxury postpartum course, basically how to take care of yourself above and beyond what we have been taught, 101, after you have given birth to a baby. That class will definitely be up in a few weeks. Check me out on YouTube at Pretty Witty and Wise O. You can also find me at youtube.com/Bliss Health. It's the same channel, but that's the actual URL to get there. So you can check me out there. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, having other topics that you're interested in, make sure to just inbox me. I will be hopefully doing videos weekly. My plan is to be more consistent, but I will be talking more about maternal and child health as I expand into my new platform that I will be announcing very soon. So thank you guys for checking me out, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, and make sure you visit me at glamalchemy.com. Peace.